Charles Barkley, a name synonymous with basketball brilliance, a force of nature on the court. Sir Charles, as he was affectionately known, captivated fans with his power and charisma. From his days with the Philadelphia 76ers to the Phoenix Suns, Barkley was must-watch television. He was a rebounding machine, a scoring threat, and a larger-than-life personality. But Barkley's story extends beyond the hardwood. Off the court, Barkley was known for his outspoken nature and his love for gambling. He embraced the thrill of the game, the adrenaline rush of the unknown. Barkley's gambling became as much a part of his public persona as his basketball prowess. While his basketball career cemented his place in history, his gambling habit would become a constant companion, shaping his life in profound ways. The story of Charles Barkley is a testament to the highs and lows of both sports and life itself. Barkley's transition from the basketball court to the casino floor was seamless. He embraced the high-stakes world of gambling with the same intensity he brought to the game. Blackjack tables became his new battleground. Roulette wheels spun with the promise of fortune. Barkley's competitive spirit, so evident in his athletic career, fueled his gambling endeavors. He wasn't content with small bets or casual games. Barkley craved the adrenaline rush of risking it all, of testing his luck against the odds. Stories of his extravagant bets and legendary wins circulated among fans and critics alike. Barkley's gambling became a spectacle, a sideshow to his already captivating life. Barkley's relationship with gambling was complex, a mixture of exhilaration and regret. He famously declared, "I love to gamble, I don't like to gamble." This paradoxical statement revealed the duality of his emotions. The thrill of the win, the allure of easy money was undeniable. But the sting of defeat, the weight of financial loss, cast a shadow over his victories. Barkley's gambling habit was a double-edged sword, bringing both moments of euphoria and periods of deep introspection. His story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most successful individuals can succumb to the allure of risk and the seductive nature of chance. Barkley's public struggle with gambling humanized him, revealing the vulnerabilities that lie beneath the surface of fame and fortune. His experiences serve as a valuable lesson for anyone who has ever felt the pull of the casino floor or the temptation of a high-stakes bet. "I love to gamble." Barkley's words rang true. He relished the challenge, the mental chess match against the house. Barkley thrived on the unpredictable nature of games like blackjack, where skill and strategy could influence the outcome. He embraced the camaraderie of the casino floor, the shared language of risk-takers and high rollers. Barkley's infectious energy and larger-than-life personality were always on full display, whether he was winning or losing. The allure of the jackpot, the possibility of turning a small bet into a life-changing sum, fueled his passion. Barkley wasn't afraid to take risks, to push his luck to the limit. He embraced the uncertainty, the adrenaline rush of watching the roulette wheel spin or the dice roll. For Barkley, gambling wasn't just about the money, it was about the experience, the thrill of the unknown. But Barkley's love for gambling had a darker side, a side he acknowledged with the words, "I don't like to gamble." The losses, when they came, were significant and stung like a betrayal. Millions of dollars slipped through his fingers, a harsh reminder of the fickle nature of luck. The weight of financial loss cast a shadow over his victories, a constant reminder of the risks he took. The pressure to win back his losses, to chase the elusive thrill of a big score, became a dangerous cycle. Barkley's gambling habit began to impact his personal life, creating strain and worry for those closest to him. The joy of the game was often overshadowed by the fear of losing, a fear that gnawed at his peace of mind. Barkley's statement, "I love to gamble, I don't like to gamble," perfectly captured the emotional roller coaster that defined his relationship with risk. He experienced the exhilarating highs of winning streaks and the crushing lows of devastating losses. The thrill of a big win was often followed by the emptiness of knowing it could all disappear just as quickly. Barkley's story was a stark reminder that gambling is not a sustainable path to wealth or happiness. It is a dangerous game, one that can lead to financial ruin and emotional turmoil. Yet for Barkley, gambling was an addiction, a compulsion he struggled to control. He was torn between the allure of the game and the knowledge that it could destroy everything he had worked for. $25 million. The number hung over Barkley's head like a dark cloud. That's how much he admitted to losing over the years, a staggering sum by any measure. It wasn't a single bet gone wrong, but rather a series of losses that piled up over time. Barkley's competitive nature, the same drive that made him a basketball legend, fueled his gambling. He wasn't afraid to wager large sums, believing his luck would eventually turn. But luck, as it often does, proved to be a fickle mistress. The stories of his losses became legendary. Millions lost on a single golf game. 6 figures gone in a single night at the blackjack table. Each loss chipped away at his fortune, a constant reminder of the risks he was taking. The $25 million represented more than just money to Barkley. It represented missed opportunities, financial security, and the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're financially stable. But amidst the losses, there were wins. Barkley, ever the optimist, would often recount his victories with the same enthusiasm as his playing days. One such win stood out, a $7 million windfall. Details of the win are shrouded in the same mystique that surrounds Barkley's gambling tales. Some say it was a hot streak at the blackjack table, others a perfectly timed roulette bet. Regardless of the game, the win was a much-needed victory for Barkley. The $7 million provided a temporary reprieve from the mounting losses, a glimmer of hope that his luck hadn't entirely abandoned him. It was a reminder of the seductive power of gambling, the allure of easy money that kept him coming back, even in the face of devastating losses. The win, however, did little to offset the overall financial and emotional toll his gambling had taken. The true cost of Barkley's gambling addiction extended far beyond the dollar amount. It was a price measured in strained relationships, sleepless nights, and a constant battle with the allure of the game. The public scrutiny that came with his high-profile losses weighed heavily on him. His family and friends worried about his well-being, urging him to seek help for his addiction. Barkley's story is a stark reminder that gambling addiction doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of their wealth, status, or intelligence. The emotional toll of his addiction was evident in his demeanor. The once carefree and jovial Barkley now carried a weight on his shoulders, a constant reminder of the risks he had taken and the consequences he faced. The burden of losing $25 million weighed heavily on Barkley. It wasn't just about the money, it was about the what-ifs and the could-have-beens. "I've been very honest about my gambling problem," he once confessed. "I lost about $25 million gambling." These weren't the words of a man trying to downplay his losses. They were the words of someone grappling with the weight of his actions. The regret was evident in his voice, a constant reminder of the opportunities lost. Barkley, a man who had achieved fame and fortune, had fallen prey to the seductive allure of risk. The millions lost represented more than just missed investments. They represented a breach of trust with himself, his family, and his fans. The weight of that betrayal was a heavy burden to carry. Barkley's story is a poignant reminder that even the most successful individuals are not immune to the perils of addiction. Barkley's gambling habit became public fodder, dissected and debated in the media and amongst fans. His losses were splashed across headlines, his every wager scrutinized. "It's a horrible feeling knowing that you've let people down," Barkley admitted. The public scrutiny added another layer of pressure to Barkley's already complicated relationship with gambling. He was no longer just battling his own demons, but also facing the judgment and criticism of millions. The court of public opinion can be unforgiving, and Barkley found himself cast as both the villain and the victim in his own story. The private pain of his addiction was amplified by the public nature of his struggles. Every loss was magnified, every win met with skepticism. Barkley, a man accustomed to the adoration of fans, now faced their disappointment and scrutiny. The experience left him feeling exposed and vulnerable, a stark contrast to the confident persona he displayed on the court and in the broadcast booth. To his credit, Barkley didn't shy away from his struggles. He acknowledged his addiction publicly, seeking therapy and support groups to help him cope. "I'm not a role model," he famously said. "Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids." These words, while jarring to some, reflected Barkley's honesty about his flaws and his refusal to sugarcoat the seriousness of his situation. He understood that his platform gave him a unique opportunity to address the stigma surrounding gambling addiction and encourage others to seek help. Barkley's willingness to confront his demons head-on was a testament to his character. He didn't hide behind excuses or blame others for his actions. He owned his mistakes and resolved to learn from them. His journey of recovery became a public testament to the power of accountability and the importance of seeking help when faced with addiction. Charles Barkley's gambling story serves as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the seductive power of risk and the devastating consequences of addiction. Here was a man who had achieved the pinnacle of success in his field, only to find himself grappling with a force that threatened to derail his life. His story transcended sports, resonating with anyone who had ever felt the allure of the quick win. Barkley's story highlighted the normalization of gambling within the sports world. The lines between entertainment and addiction blur with constant gambling ads. The thrill of competition makes athletes more susceptible to the allure of risk. Online gambling platforms make it easier than ever to place bets. Barkley expressed concern about young athletes being drawn to quick money and excitement. His story urged sports leagues to address gambling addiction and provide support. As a beloved sports icon, Barkley's story brought into sharp focus the responsibility of influence. His platform gave him a unique opportunity to shape perceptions and influence behavior. His gambling addiction served as a cautionary tale, but he used his platform for good. Barkley's story highlighted the impact athletes can have on their fans, especially young people. His journey underscored the importance of using influence responsibly. Charles Barkley's legacy extends far beyond the basketball court. He's a Hall of Famer, a beloved commentator, and a cultural icon. His story is also a cautionary tale about the power of addiction. Yet it's just one chapter in a life filled with triumphs and tribulations. Barkley chose to use his platform to raise awareness about gambling addiction. Barkley's story mirrors the unpredictable nature of life itself. Just like a basketball game can swing on a single shot, life can change course in an instant. Barkley experienced the euphoria of winning championships and the agony of losing millions at the casino. He learned that success, both on and off the court, is never guaranteed, and that even the most carefully crafted plans can unravel in the face of adversity. His experiences taught him the importance of resilience, of getting back up after a fall and facing challenges head-on. Barkley's willingness to confront his demons, to learn from his mistakes, and emerge stronger on the other side is an inspiration to us all. He reminds us that life is a journey, not a destination, and that it's the lessons we learn along the way that define our character. Barkley's love-hate relationship with gambling, encapsulated in his famous quote, "I love to gamble, I don't like to gamble," reflects a deeper struggle with risk and reward that many of us face in our own lives. We're drawn to the excitement of the unknown, the allure of quick gains, and the adrenaline rush of taking chances. But we also fear the potential consequences, the possibility of loss and the pain of regret. Barkley's story encourages us to find balance in our own lives, to pursue our passions without letting them consume us. It's a reminder to approach risk with caution, to be mindful of the potential consequences, and to seek help when our relationship with risk becomes unhealthy. Ultimately, Charles Barkley's story is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for growth, resilience, and redemption. It's a story that transcends the world of sports, offering valuable lessons for us all as we navigate the unpredictable game.